My first chance to make a change in how I manage having polycythemia vera came in 2013. Only I missed the bus, and so did my hematologist. After several decades of managing a myeloproliferative neoplasm, largely by ignoring it, I had had a sudden, huge spike in symptoms. So I sought consultation with one of the world's leading experts on NPNs, and he told me, I remember this really distinctly, he told me, "You had PV 5 years ago." I had been misdiagnosed. My treatment plan wasn't appropriate for PV. So I worked out a new plan with my NPN care team. At first, the new plan was working just fine, but over time, I started feeling worse. I developed fatigue and a loss of concentration. I'm pretty physically active. I practice Kung Fu, and I wasn't able to exercise the way I was used to doing. My work involves being able to concentrate for long periods of time on very detailed policies and procedures. And I find myself unable to work efficiently anymore. I get systemic inflammation throughout my entire body. One of the most distinct ways it impacted me was the pain in my hands got so bad that I couldn't even carry a bag of groceries. So I realized I needed a new plan because what I was doing wasn't working. So I educated myself about myeloproliferative neoplasms and adopted a new strategy. Rather than being passive and ignoring things, I became active and empowered in making decisions about how to manage this condition. I'm now on to a new plan. I feel better now than I did 10 years ago. I'm back to kayaking, I can practice Kung Fu and Qigong, and I stay very physically active. I do a lot of outdoor field sports, and that's a real important part of my life. Since I realized that I have PV, I've developed a real different attitude about life and about embracing life, enjoying each and every day. So as an empowered patient, one of the things I've learned to do is to go prepared to every appointment with every doctor I see. I do my research in advance, I have my list of questions, and I go with a written agenda. I insist that every doctor, be they a specialist or a general practitioner, be aware of everything that's going on with me, even if it's outside of their area of specializations. One of the things I've come to realize is that holistic care is absolutely vital to managing any NPN. And finally, I go with a section on treatment options, and to always insist that you review with your provider every single option that's available and what the advantages and disadvantages of each are. And then you can come together in a process of shared decision-making to make the best decision for yourself. Realize that you always have the right to seek a second opinion. Something I've learned from my providers is that ethical providers encourage you to get a second opinion because they want you to feel comfortable and confident that the choice you're making is the correct one for you. On a collective basis, we have the ability and the power to make changes in how myeloproliferative neoplasms are managed, to the care that's provided, to the research that's being done. Recently, I had the opportunity to go down on Capitol Hill and lobby to get funding for rare disorders. This is something we can all do. We can all advocate for ourselves and for others.